With the name of Allah, who is kind and merciful, my name is Muhammad Bakas, and I am student of MS Finance, Cohort University of Science and Technology. First of all, I especially thankful Shaheed Benazir Bhutto University, who provide this opportunity of presentation. Today is my research paper presentation, and the topic is the impact of corporate social responsibility, tax awareness, and accrual earning management on idiosyncratic risk in non-financial firms of Pakistan. These are all the outline of the presentation which we are going to discuss in this presentation one by one. Introductions. We all know that one of the most essential and fundamental goal of the organization is the earning of the firm because it determines the future of the firm. In this way, organization develop different strategies, different techniques, and different policies in order to generate the large profit. But sometimes these policies and technique negatively affect the firm performance and increase the idiosyncratic risk for firm. Idiosyncratic risk is basically arises due to the internal strategies and internal policies selected by the farm managements. In this presentation, we are going to discuss corporate social responsibility, tax avoidance, accrual earning management, idiosyncratic risk. Now I want to explain and define this variable one by one. Corporate social responsibility basically refer to the policy and practices adopted by the farm management in order to make a positive influence on the words. In this study, we are going to measure corporate social responsibility by spending monitoring ratio methodology according to the data availability in Pakistan. This methodology is also used by Ahsan et al. In 2021. Tax avoidance is basically a technique in which the firm tried to avoid the taxes imposed by the government in order to generate the large profit. Current study use gap ETR methodology in order to capture the whole tax avoidance practices performed by the company. The third variable of this study is accrual earning management. Accrual based earning management basically performed by a company management in order to get the desired level of profit and to attract the investor and stakeholder. Accrual earning management is measured by Rahman and Sharur model 2008 because all other model omit the growth component of firms in their models. This methodology is also used by another researcher, that is Amar Hussain et al. 2020. Idiosyncratic risk can be defined as a firm risk that is affected by the operation condition or particular events. Idiosyncratic risk is measured using a standard deviation proxies from the residual obtained from the market models. This measure has also used by a previous researcher, that is Wajijo et al. 2021 and Wang et al. In 2020. Problem statements. The current study focus on three elements, that is corporate social responsibility, tax awareness, and accrual earning management and its impact on firm idiosyncratic risk in the non-financial sector of Pakistan. According to the present literatures, the majority of the previous study on corporate social responsibility, tax awareness, and accrual earning management checked its impact on the profitability of the firm. And very little or few researches have been found that focusing on the idiosyncratic risk issue in the context of Pakistan. To fill this gap, this study is going to determine the impact of corporate social responsibility, tax awareness, and accrual earning management and its impact on firm idiosyncratic risk. Idiosyncratic risk is mostly the outcome of the firm strategies and the decision which is implemented by the firm affect the company performance. In the literature review, we are going to discuss these variable, that is independent variable are corporate social responsibility, tax awareness, accrual earning management, and dependent variable are idiosyncratic risk. This study also use control variable, that is return on asset, leverage, and farm size. In the previous studies and in the present literature, we see that the different researcher have make different give the different result, that is positive impact of this variable on idiosyncratic risk, and also some show negative impact on idiosyncratic risk, and some show no relationship, which is briefly discussed in literature review of these presentations. Uh, According to the literatures, if the organization management perform these strategies and technique on order to in order to generate the large profit for the organization and to attract the investor and stakeholder, no, that is beneficial for the organization, and it will decrease the idiosyncratic risk and relate this result with the stakeholder theory. But if the organization management show opportunistic behavior and perform these strategies for the sake of its own benefits, that make a negative impact on the farm performance, and it will increase the idiosyncratic risk, which is harmful impact on the company performance. And these researchers relate this result with agency theory. It means that the agent perform these policies according to their own interest. Now we explain the research framework. The research framework is we are going to discuss the independent variable CSR, tax awareness, accrual, earning management, and dependent variable is farm idiosyncratic risk, and control variable is return on asset, farm size, and leverage. Research question that what is the impact of CSR, tax awareness, and accrual earning management on farm idiosyncratic risk. And research objective is the impact of to determine the impact of corporate social responsibility, tax awareness, accrual earning management on farm idiosyncratic risk. uh, Classification and description of the studies. This study is the quantitative causal research-based study, and data is the data methodology is secondary data and panel data. The data will be collected from the annual report of the listed firm on Pakistan Security Exchange. The data will be collected from the non-financial sector of Pakistan. Sample size is the 120 firm are selected for the data analysis, and the data will be collected from 2011 to 2021. The sampling technique is stratified random sampling. Data collection procedures is self-administrating, and data analysis tool is using Stata and analyze the data through descriptive statistic, correlation, and regression analysis. Analysis. These are the tables of the results. We are divided the whole sample into the small and large scale farm, and also make a comparison whether the large farm have high idiosyncratic risk or a small farm idiosyncratic risk. If we see the descriptive statistic or is test result of a small and large scale, we see that the small farm have high CSR practices as compared to the large farm. But on the other hand, we see that the small farm have high idiosyncratic risk as compared to the small farm, and a small farm also face a high leverage as compared to a large farm. And organization perform tax awareness practices high in a small farm as compared to large farm. Same in the case in the accrual earning management. This one is the correlation result, and we see that idiosyncratic risk and accrual earning management show a negative relationship, whereas return on asset and return on asset show significant positive relationship with the idiosyncratic risk in the size show negative and significant relationship with idiosyncratic risk. Leverage also show negative relationship with idiosyncratic risk. Tax awareness also show a positive significant relationship with idiosyncratic risk. CSR show negative relationship with the idiosyncratic risk. Same in the case of the text regression result, we also perform regression test result for whole sample as well as for a small and large scale farm. Discussion and conclusion. The purpose of this study to empirically check the effect of corporate social responsibility, tax avoidance, and accrual earning management on farm idiosyncratic risk in the non-financial sector of Pakistan. This study also provided the comparison result among small and large scale farm and its effects on farm idiosyncratic risk. The study find that CSR have significant negative effect on farm idiosyncratic risk. It means corporate social responsibility activities decreasing the idiosyncratic risk of farm. Therefore, first hypothesis was supported by the study finding. Ozdemir et al. In 2020 reported same result in USA. The separate analysis between large and small farms show that small farm have more practices, CSR practices as compared to the large farm. The second hypothesis of this study also correct that higher the tax awareness practices, higher the farm idiosyncratic risk. This study in line with the study of Martinez and Martin 2020 show a positive relationship of tax awareness on farm idiosyncratic risk. The comparative regression result between large and small farm indicate that large farm perform less tax awareness activity as compared to a small farm. While the third hypothesis of this study has rejected that accrual earning management has negative effects on farm idiosyncratic risk, the same result presented by Wajiju et al. In 2021 find a negative significant effect of accrual earning management on farm idiosyncratic risk. It is contrary to the finding of the Weddinges 2022, Rakusa 2020, Data 2017, and Chung et al. 2015, which state that accrual earning management positive effect on idiosyncratic risk. In addition, the large scale farm have more accrual earning management practices than a small farm. The control variable, that is return on asset, leverage, and farm size, also included in this study. The result revealed that return on asset has a positive and significant effect on the farm idiosyncratic risk, but the leverage and in farm size has insignificant and negative effects on farm idiosyncratic risk. But the comparative analysis between the large and small farm show that return on asset has significant impact and large farm show insignificant impact on farm idiosyncratic risk, whereas farm size for large farm significant impact and for a small farm insignificant impact on farm idiosyncratic risk. At last, leverage show insignificant impact for both the large and a small scale farm. Theoretical, methodological, and practical contribution of this research paper. Current study has theoretical as well as practical contribution. The result of this study supported by the stakeholder theory that CSR and accrual earning management have negative link with farm idiosyncratic risk, while the tax awareness have positive relationship with idiosyncratic risk, that is supported by the agency theory, which is also presented by Ozdemir et al. And Martinez and Martin in 2020. Secondly, this research also contribute to the study by dividing the whole sample into large and small scale farm, and this study also different from the previous study by using Another method to measure CSR by CSR MSR monitoring spending ratio and tax awareness measured by gap ATR and accrual earning management by Rahman and Sharur model 2008. For practical contribution, this study is also suggests that CSR and accrual earning management are variable strategies to reduce the farm idiosyncratic risk. It is beneficial for government and for the policy maker, regulator, predator, investor, and academic researcher to design the policy and regulation related to CSR, tax avoidance, and accrual earning management for small and large farm separately in order to reduce the organization idiosyncratic risk and uh, and decrease the chances of bankruptcy of the organizations. This study also have some recommendation and limitation. This study have some limitation. Firstly, the current study focus on non-financial sector of Pakistan, so the result of the current study cannot be generalized for other sector and other country due to different characteristic. Secondly, this study use a small sample size and period. Future research can increase sample size and sample period, try to develop more generalized and accurate result. Future researcher use financial sector because they have different characteristic and governing body, also compare with other industrial sector and other country. Future researchers can increase the number of other variables such as systematic risk, financial risk, cash holding, ownership, real earning management, so that the measurement can be more detailed and constructive. Future research will use a sample of financial and non-financial firms and develop the comparison between them. Thank you so much for providing this opportunity by Shaheed Benazir Bhutto University. Kindly